Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the Shifts and Pucks News Pack for January 31st, Monday, January 31st. Of course, you can follow us on Twitter at Shifts and Pucks, Facebook.com, the Shifts and Pucks Podcast, YouTube.com, the Shifts and Pucks Podcast, as well as Twitch.com, Shifts and Pucks. And you can also subscribe to wherever you get your audio. And we will be live tonight after the Vancouver Canucks play the Chicago Blackhawks. Was one of the 5 games that is on tonight to discuss Canuck news, JT Miller, Connor Garland, trade options. We'll recap that Flames game as well, the Canucks from Flames, and we'll recap the Canucks and Blackhawks game as well tonight. So we'll discuss that, as well as we'll discuss if Henrik Lundqvist is the greatest goaltender to ever not win a Stanley Cup, the return of Carey Price, Evander Kane signing with the Edmonton Oilers are some of the topics that we'll cover tonight, but we'll get into the news of the day. And we start with the 3 stars of the week, which we do every Monday. We start first star Nazim Kadri of the Colorado Avalanche, the winners of 15 games this month. He had 3 game winning goals in 4 outings, 5 assists as well for 8 points. The Avalanche are now in first place, 10 straight victories since January 14th. As mentioned, scored 3 game winning goals, leading the Avalanche to rock and roll as this month. So Nazim Kadri was the first star. Second star, Frederick Anderson of the Carolina Hurricanes, 3-0 with a 1.91 goals against average, 938 save percentage. They had a perfect 4-game week. They moved into first place in the Metropolitan Division. 26 shots saves against the Golden Knights on the 25th on a 4-3 overtime win. 37 saves in all 3 shootout attempts he faced against the Ottawa Senators January 27th. And then on yesterday, he stopped 27 against the San Jose Sharks in a 2-1 victory. Third star of the week is from the Calgary Flames, Johnny Gaudreau, 2 goals, 6 assists, 8 points in 4 games, plus 8 as well. And the Flames were 3-1 this week in the final wild card position in the Western Conference. He scored the only goal, the game-winning goal against the Canucks on Saturday, and he, of course, will be at the All-Star game, his 6th career NHL All-Star game appearance as well. So those are the 3 stars: Nazim Kadri, Frederick Anderson, and Johnny Gaudreau. Should be out later this week, the 3 stars of the month as well. So just touching on the games for tonight, as mentioned, there are 5. And we have the Florida Panthers taking on the Columbus Blue Jackets. That will start our night here. The Panthers coming in on a 3-game winning streak, continue to be in first place in the Atlantic Division, 3 points ahead against Tampa Bay Lightning. The Blue Jackets are 10 points out of a playoff spot. However, they've won 2 in a row, 20-21-1. Then we have of course, Vancouver playing Chicago. 2 teams that are not in the playoff position, of course. Vancouver sitting with 41 points right now. My apologies, 44 points, 4 points out of a playoff spot. They did get a point in their overtime loss to the Flames. And the Blackhawks, they sit at 16-21-7, 39 points as well. And the New Jersey Devils are in Toronto to take on the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Devils come in with a record of 15-23-5. They are on a 4-game losing streak. And pretty much everyone that is not in a playoff position is a long way out. So the Devils right now are 18 points out of behind Boston for that second wild card spot. And of course, Toronto is sitting in third place with 57 points. They have won 3 in a row, but sitting in third place in the Atlantic Division. And then we've got the Edmonton Oilers taking on the Ottawa Senators. The Oilers coming off that 7-2 win over the Montreal Canadiens. They've won 4 in a row. They sit 2 points behind the Flames and 1 point in the wild card standings. So win tonight would put them equal to the Flames, but the Flames would have 1 game in hand. And then the Senators, of course, They've lost their last two, 13, 21, and 4, the second worst record in the Eastern Conference. And finally, the Anaheim Ducks take on the Detroit Red Wings. The Ducks are currently in second place, 1 point behind the Vegas Golden Knights in the Pacific Division. They've won 2 in a row. And the Red Wings, of course, part of that non-Eastern Conference playoff team, but they are uh, 9 points back of the Boston Bruins. So those are the 5 games for our tonight. A couple of other things. Carey Price spoke this weekend. He spoke about starting his. He's hoping to return to Canadiens pretty soon. He restarted his rehab on January 7th. He is hoping to play this season. He is starting to skate again, and he had, of course, he had to pause for COVID. He's been able to skate with full equipment first time since mid-December. And he continues to say he hopes for the best. And talked a little bit about entering the NHLPA Player Assistance Program. He says he was in a position where he definitely needed to reach out and it was a trying time. But at the end of the day, it was one that he knew, a decision that he knew he had to make, and ultimately one that was successful. And was very thankful for the help that they got. As far as him wanting to leave the Canadiens, he didn't say that he wishes to do that. He's committed to this team long term. So Carey Price spoke this weekend. A couple of other things. Jordan Greenway got a new contract with the Minnesota Wild. It is a 3-year deal. He would have been a restricted free agent after the season. 3 years, $9 million, $3 million average annual value. And so he's, of course, in the final season of a 2-year contract. 4 goals, 9 assists in 33 games for the 27-10-3 Wild. The couple of new faces in the on the All-Star roster, including Roman Josi of the Nashville Predators and Evgeny Kuznetsov. The Predators defenseman will be replacing Avalanche's Nathan MacKinnon, who's injured, and Evgeny Kuznetsov will be replacing Adam Fox, who is also injured and will not be able to attend the All-Star game. There'll also be a couple of new events at the All-Star skilled competition as well. There's the fountain face-off at the Bellagio, and of course, we have the All-Star Skills Fastest Skating, Save Streak, Hardest Shot, and Breakaway Challenge. And then we will also have a couple of other events. Which will include Trevor Zegras, 2 goalies with professional hockey experience, Menon Riom, Wyatt Russell, in the Breakaway Challenge, and Jocelyn Lamoureux Davidson, 3-time Olympic medalist, will participate in the Denver NHL Fountain Faceoff that's at the Bellagio. So there'll be some other events going on there as well. So the 7 events that you're going to see is the NHL Fountain Faceoff, Las Vegas NHL 21 and 22, Verizon NHL Fastest Skater, Duncan NHL Save Streak, EA NHL Hardest Shot, Adidas NHL Breakaway Challenge, and Honda NHL Accuracy Shooting. So those 7 will be those events there as well. So that's on Friday. And as well, just going to the Leafs, Jake Muzzin will miss the next 2 games before the All-Star break with an injury, as he is recovering from a concussion. Danton Heinen, day-to-day with an upper body injury. He sustained that in a warm-up before the Sunday's game against the Los Angeles Kings. And unfortunately, Lindsey Ruff, the head coach of the New Jersey Devils, will miss the next 2 games. His father, Leeson Ruff, passed away at the age of 88, so our condolences to the Ruff family. And Derek Brassard could return to the Flyers after the All-Star break when they play the Detroit Red Wings on February 9th. And Calle Jarnkrok missed yesterday's game against the New York Rangers, that 3-2 loss, because of an upper body injury. And again, of course, but just to finish off with some sad news. Ralph Mellanby has passed away. He was formerly the executive producer, sport broadcasting pioneer, and with Hockey Night in Canada. He was, of course, an influence many, including Dave Hodge, Bob Cole, Ron McLean, Jim Robson, Howie Meeker, Dick Irvin Jr., Dan Kelly. He's the producer behind a lot of those household names that we got to know. He was also the producer of Coach's Corner for some time as well. So you may have seen those condolences from Canadian media members, including John Shannon and others this week, as Ralph Mellanby passed away, as well as the former Toronto Maple Leaf head coach passed away as well. And that is Mike Nicholek. He passed away at 87. He was the first-time NHL assistant with the Philadelphia Flyers. He coached the NHL as the Toronto Maple Leafs for 4 seasons. Of course, he was an assistant to Fred Shero when the Flyers won the Cup in 1974 and 1975, and coached the Leafs from 1980 to 1984. He was 89, 144, and 47. That's the teams that included Mike Palmateer, Rick Vive, and Boreas Salming with the Leafs there as well. So that is the news pack for today on Monday, January 31st. Again, we're back live after the Vancouver Canucks Chicago Blackhawks game, talking Canucks on the Shifts and Pucks podcast. You can follow us all on Twitter. Sean Beardy Canucks 03, Tyler's TNOBLE, Chris is Schneid's SCHNEIDZ, Devin Gordhouse 09, I am KVOLE at Shifts and Pucks. Find us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or wherever you get your podcasts. And we will talk to you all very soon. Bye for now.